it's 2:00.
Yeah, well, that's too early.
I don't know what's in. I don't know what's in your mug.
I really have
to.
I have to negotiate when I drink. I really do. Otherwise, you're just bloated the next day. And the older you get, you can't bounce back. I don't know how the kids do it. I hate children. I hate them all.
You've talked about
I'm such an
that a lot.
ageist. Oh, God. But not even children now, because everyone gets younger. Like young. Go fuck yourself, young.
Notice he didn't point at me.
No, well, you're young. You're young-ish.
Ish,
Yeah. No, I could be your father.
I don't think so.
Oh,
but-
I think so.
But you
Call me daddy.
I will. You've talked a lot about not liking children over the course
I don't want
of
kids.
your...
Well, that's why I never had an issue with being gay, because I never wanted that unit. Wife, husband, wife, child. I never wanted that unit.
But yet you started your career as a children's television host.
Oh, they were merely props to me.
I went back and I watched Steampipe Alley
yes.
because I grew up on the West Coast, so I didn't have access to the...
So how did you see it? You went on YouTube and watched
yeah,
it?
like just in the last few days. I like to do my research, dig deep into that
So you just
stuff.
saw some of it?
Yeah, just this week.
Yeah, it was called Steampipe Alley. It sounds like a porn film, doesn't it?
It does.
I'm on the box. Yeah, I did it from 88 to 93.
And you were doing some sort of edgy stuff.
Oh, sick. You couldn't do it
Is that
today.
where the eye in the pie sketch came from, which I think is just the most hilarious concept ever?
Find Sammy Davis Jr.'s eye in the pie. That's because he only had one eye because he got it in a car accident. So he lost it in a car accident. And so I would do this character called Sammy Jr., and I would put a patch on my eye that was all sequined. And each week, we didn't do it every week. We did it like once a month. We would rotate these sick games. And each time we did it, he lost his eye in a different way. Like he would be at like a wedding, and he'd be like, well, Ella Fitzgerald just sang, and she hit a high note, and kapowie, my eye flew into the Viennese table, right into the mincemeat pie. And then the kid would have to find the eye in the pie, like, dunk his head in it. And they had no idea what the hell I was talking about.
It sounds more like an SNL sketch.
Oh, well, it was almost like an SNL for kids.
Yeah.
And we had a 52% adult audience. I got letters from prisoners in Newark prison. I really did.
Okay, so I was just watching like the shape of your mouth when you did the Sammy,
which
is slightly different than the shape of your mouth when you do Liza.
Well, Liza's it's not as extreme. But hey, you guys, how are you?
What's the shape of your mouth for the Julia Child? Which
it's down here. And you have to use the hump in the back. Like we bake stuffed the Little Mermaid on Steampipe Alley. I took a Little Mermaid doll and just ripped her open and stuffed her with lots of her friends, like Flounder and Sebastian the crab meat. Yeah.
How much of your stage show is based on these impressions? You've actually got 3 shows we're going to talk about today. Celebrity Autobiography.
Yes.
There's one with your husband that you're calling. How long has this been going on?
Yeah, my husband and I. My husband, Jerry Dixon, who was in...
Warrant? Oh, no, not that Jerry Dixon.
No, what?
There's an 80s rock star named
I know, and
Jerry Dixon.
he got one of his checks one time.
Really? Wait,
And
who got whose check?
Jerry,
Your
Jerry
husband?
got Jerry's check, and it was a big check. I was like, I'm like, keep the shit, and he gave it back.
Well, that was nice.
Oh, he's very honest.
Yeah, if you put Jerry Dixon in Google, it gives you like warrant.com. And I thought, I know this Jerry Dixon. He was in If Then on Broadway.
Yes, If Then, and What's on This Island,
yeah.
and it's so funny because they're and he did an off-Broadway show called Bubbly Black Girl that they're doing an encores version of, and then they're doing an encores. The encores is at City Center, and they do kind of a concert version of the show. So they're doing that, and they're doing Assassins, which we both did. I did Assassins on Broadway. He did Bubbly Black Girl off Broadway. So we went to see Diana Ross at City Center a few weeks ago. She was magnificent. And we opened the playbill, and there's a picture of me in Assassins and him in Bubbly Black Girl. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, this means we're getting so fucking old. This is awful. It's awful.
Do they pay you when they use your faces to advertise that stuff?
No, but no, that's just a photograph. And we didn't write the show. They don't pay us.
I know, but I figured they're using your image to promote.
Yeah, well, then they have to pay the whole cast because the whole cast was in each
got
picture.
it.
But still, it wasn't just me, or him. So, yeah.
I love that show, by the way.
Which
Assassins.
one? Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I saw it originally off Broadway in 1990, 91, 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. And then when Joe Mantello was the director of it, was going to do it, I called him and said, I want to be in it. And he was like, I've already cast you. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's a great answer.
Yeah, it was good. Well, he gave me my first Broadway show. I did Love, Valor, Compassion.
Yeah. replacing Mr. Nathan Lane.
I replaced Nathan Lane. You do your homework.
Of course I do.
Good. Oh, it's so
I'm
nice.
actually very fascinated by all the shows you've turned down.
There's
I heard
been
you
many.
once call yourself a beggar who chooses, or a beggar who's choosy.
I'm a beggar who's choosy. Because I get offered
like you-
stuff I don't want to do, and then
you get offered Lion King, you don't
Yeah.
do it. You get offered the producers, you don't do it. You get offered a
Well, the
Gershwin
producers
show
are a long
with
story.
Harry
I
Connick
did
Jr.
want to do the producers. They wanted me for a year, and I could only do 6 months because I had to do Assassins, which ended up being canceled because of 9/11.
Well, your character played somebody who flew a
Sam
plane
Bick,
into
who
the
tried
White
to,
House,
yeah,
so-
he tried to hijack a plane in '73 and crash it into the White House to kill Nixon. He never got it off the ground. But yeah, that I wanted to do that, and it got canceled. It was supposed to happen in November 2001, and yeah, they canceled it. So I could have done the producers, but I didn't know it was going to be canceled. But then we ended up doing it in 2004. But also, a lot of Sex in the City happened during the time that the producers was running. And when you do something on Broadway or in the theater, they don't usually let you out for an episodic. And so if it's a nighttime shoot, you're not going to be able to do that shoot unless you're a big name. And and at the time I mean, I'm only a middle name still, but I climbed my way to the middle, and I stayed there. But I did. They don't let you out a lot of the time. So those may have not happened if I did. A lot of it's I don't know. And the
stuff
Lion
like
King
that.
I don't regret because I didn't want to strap a puppet on my ass and paint my face green and sing. I just couldn't. No.
I think
And I
that's
loved
great.
it. The big thing about that, I love Disney. It's my thing.
Yeah.
Oh, all the animated movies and Disneyland and Disney World. I'm a big homo when it comes to that stuff.
Well, it must have been exciting for you to become the voice of a cartoon.
Yeah, but I wasn't. No. It was the Broadway musical.
No,
The
I
Lion
know
King.
that, and I'm not. I've moved on from Lion King.
Oh,
and
what
I'm
was
talking- Dad, you've done some voices.
Yeah, I
in-
did Surf's Up.
Yeah.
With Shia LaBeouf and Jeff Bridges, which
And
was a great.
Were you in the room with them when you were?
I was in the room with James Woods and Shia. Yeah. James Woods was the villain that I was his sidekick. It's a great animated movie. It got nominated that year for best animated movie. It's very father-son. It's about surfing, but it's penguins. I'm not a penguin. I'm a sandpiper in it named Mikey. It's a great movie. It's one I love animation.
So clearly we have no trouble chatting, and I feel like we go on for hours. So I'm going to make sure that we get to
look.
promoting the projects you're here to promote.
Oh yes.
So Celebrity Autobiography.
I'm such a good self-promoter. I'm the worst. I'm like, do you have a mailing list? I'm like, no.
You're on Twitter.
Yeah, but barely I tweet though. I don't tweet a lot. My
At
Instagram.
M.A. Cantone.
Oh my, yeah, at M.A. Cantone, and my Instagram is like left there like an abandoned roller coaster. It's just this. It's horrible.
All right, let's talk about Celebrity Autobiography. This has been going on for quite a while,
Yes.
many years. I think I first saw it at the now defunct Zipper Theater back in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Now it's at the Triad.
Yes.
And it is a bunch of celebrities doing dramatic readings of other celebrities' autobiographies. And often they're kind of self-important or washed up celebrities
Yes.
who wrote the books.
Yes,
And the
usually.
celebrities who appear are people who are in their prime now. It's like you and Rachel Dratch and Scott Adsit and
Yeah.
Katie Huffman.
I did this first. The first time I did this is because I knew Ryan Reynolds was going to do it because they had been trying to get me to do it for a long time, and I was like, no, I don't like to leave the house. So I said, when's Ryan Reynolds doing it? And they told me, and that's what got. And then I couldn't stop doing it because I love doing it.
So how do you choose the celebrity autobiography that you're going to read?
They give you some choices, and you pick and choose. There's a couple of things that are kind of built around me, which are kind of cool.
How do you mean built?
Well,
around you?
there's one thing where there's a Geraldo Rivera, Liza Minnelli thing, and I do Liza Minnelli, and it's all about their little tryst that they had.
That's from Geraldo's.
Yes, from Geraldo's
biography?
book. Yeah.
So do you do that every time, or do you switch? it up
Usually,
when you-
I do that one every time. Yeah, but I switch it up. I've done. Oh God, what's her name? The Miss America that hated homosexuals, Carrie Prejean. I did her.
she wrote an autobiography.
Yeah,
I
a
didn't
long
know
time
that.
ago. Kathleen Turner.
Do you do it? How do you?
Oh, I no.
What shape does her mouth make?
She just talks like this. Well, what a lovely dress you have. It's very short. I can almost see your
I know.
your genitals. It's terrible. And back in my day, we alluded to the sexual.
That's Kathleen Turner.
Do you do Geraldo, or do you?
No.
You just do Geraldo in your voice.
I
and
do
then
no. I
switch
do
over to
Liza, and someone else does. I've
you're
done.
doing them
Many
together.
people have done Geraldo with me. Ryan Reynolds did it. Who else has done it? Of course. Oh my God! Come on! I'm fucking old.
Cool, we'll Google it.
No, there's a lot of other people that have done it with me. I just can't think anymore.
So in addition to Celebrity Autobiography,
Yeah.
which is coming up May 26th, is that correct?
Yes.
And that, it's May 20th, and there's another one on June 26th.
Which I'm not
which
doing,
you're not
but
in,
you should
there's a
go
great
anyway
cast,
because it's great.
So you're not doing that one, I'm assuming,
No.
because you're going to be doing a couple other shows. You're going to be in San Francisco for a while. You're going to be in Boston.
Well, I'm doing with my husband. My husband and I, we were talking about this before.
Mm-hmm.
We did the Lincoln Center American Songbook. So we do a show together, and it's great. It's music, a lot of music and some comedy, and we are doing it at the Feinstein's at the Nico, June 2nd and 3rd. In San Francisco. And I love playing San Francisco. It's fun. That's a great time. And then I'm doing the Cafe Carlisle by myself.
So fancy.
Very fancy. I can't believe they're going to have this lowly, foul-mouthed comic at the Cafe Carlisle. Yeah, June 20th through the 23rd. June 20th through the 23rd. And then the 24th, I'm going to do a hometown concert at the Beverly Cabot Theater. That's a lot of shit. You know, I don't work this much. This is a little upsetting to me.
How so? Why?
Because I love to not work.
Just
I love my
cash the
downtime.
checks
I
from-
sleep all I can, and I love my downtime.
So each one of these is either a one-off or 2 or 3 dates.
Yeah.
Are you likely to ever go back to an 8-show-a-week schedule? Do you want to go back?
Sure.
To the
I
Broadway
mean, I've been
stage?
touring this new one-man show around for a while, and I'd like to do it again. I've been talking to some producers. We'll see. It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's exhausting. And when I did do my one-man show on Broadway, Laugh Whore, it was like...
Tony nominated.
It was. It lost, but it was nominated.
You lost to Billy
I
Crystal.
know. And Whoopi Goldberg, Dame Edna, Billy Crystal, and me. It was a big year for that category.
I mean...
Which was special theatrical event, which they don't have anymore.
So I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
The fact they don't have that category.
Guess who
anymore.
lost? Guess who won it the last time? I did. For Liza's back at the Palace.
Oh, right. I was
Yes.
going to say, wait, you... Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she won.
Liza won.
She won.
Does that affect your interest in doing it on Broadway? You're like, I'm going to go do a Broadway show and not even be eligible to be nominated?
No, it's okay. No, it's less pressure. Then it's like, the category wasn't there. So if you don't get nominated, you can just say, the category wasn't there, you know.
Not only would I have been nominated, I'm sure I would have won.
I'm sure we
but
Well, yeah. But, yeah, I do want to do it again. I do. It would be nice.
Do you enjoy going to the theater? Do you
Oh,
go a
God,
lot?
yeah.
What was the last show you saw?
I
on
saw
Broadway?
Groundhog's Day, which was very good. I saw Dear Evan Hansen, which was magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
A Bronx Tale is magnificent. I loved it. Boy, I'm so Italian. I cried through the whole thing. I did. And I think Alan Menken is, you know.
He was just here a couple of days ago, and
They did a great
we
job.
were nerding out
with the
together.
Score. And Chas Palminteri's book is great. It's great. It's, you know, I loved it. Yeah, there's a lot of, I've seen a lot of shows. Then there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. Doll's House Part 2.
Oh, my gosh,
Loved.
so good.
Laura Metcalf and
Yeah, that
and
entire
Jane.
cast is Tony
Yeah,
nominated.
it's pretty great.
So if you could insert yourself into any cast of a show running on Broadway right now, to any role, dream cast yourself, where would you put yourself?
Jesus Christ. I'm completely wrong for it, but I would like to, wait, let me think. No, well, that's too exhausting, that one. No, I won't do
Which
that
one?
Dear Evan Hansen, I'd fall apart. It's that Ben Platt who plays the lead. Oh, my God, he's unbelievable, and it's exhausting. No, and I don't want to play Andy Karl's role in Groundhog's Day. It's exhausting. He's brilliant, though. I would want to play Nick's role in Bronx Tale, the gangster.
Oh, Sonny, yeah.
Yeah, Sonny. That's
I
what
could
I'd wanna
actually also see you playing the King in Hamilton. I could see
I
you
think
playing
I'm
King
too
George.
ethnic, actually. They go for
yeah, they do.
It's never. I mean, I look like Lin-Manuel's brother, so you know.
Yeah, Rory O'Malley, who plays it on tour, says
yeah,
that he's the whitest
it's
man
the
in
white.
America.
They go for the white. I asked him about it once, but
You asked Lynn about it?
yeah, they go. Yeah, he said no. It's a real. That's what sucks. You know, it's very difficult because when they say to you like you can't play this role because we have to cast it ethnically, it's like I'm gay and Italian, so like we need a minority. It's like hi, homosexual, we're minorities. You know, and I look like a Cuban gangster. So, you know, and my father looked like Quincy Jones, so I know there is like, you know, either Arabic or, you know, African on that side of the family. Seriously. My father looked like Quincy Jones after he came back from Vegas. You know, there's something in my family. But being Italian is you know, it's used to be considered very ethnic. It's not anymore. But yet you're kind of stuck in the middle.
So Switching gears a little bit.
Yeah.
I also know you love to cook.
Yes, I do.
There was a book in the works for a while called,
Master Baking with Mario.
which I love, obviously. And actually,
Come watch me master bake. Everybody will love my master baking.
and what I just learned today is that there's a coffee shop on 9th Avenue
Yeah.
that actually offers banana bread that you make.
Yeah, it's called
Mario's Banana Bread.
It's Stone Street Coffee. It's on 19th and 9th. Yeah, I don't make it all the time. I make it like once a month, maybe. If, I do have somewhat of a career. So, but yeah, I just bake it because I like it, and I give it to them, and they, I bake it in their kitchen, and I mean, he pays me for it.
I would hope so.
He's adorable, Dave Oz. He's one of the owners of the place. Yeah.
Was that a family recipe? Like, where did baking come in? I know.
I don't know. My mother did not want me to bake because she thought it would make me gay. Too late.
Didn't your mother also encourage you to do Judy Garland impressions?
Yes,
at
she
age
did.
2?
Yeah, it was a mixed message. At age 2, I was singing the whole Carnegie Hall album, Judy Garland. I knew every word. And she would make me get on the coffee table and sing for company. And then she was pissed off that, I wanted to bake. It was like, this is a mixed message. Don't you understand? I'm born this way. It's in the DNA. It's your fault.
I know you get stopped on the street all the time, mostly because I stopped you on the
Yeah, you
street
did.
once.
What'd you say about that?
I just seen you perform at an incredible benefit, and I had
Oh,
to
yeah.
compliment you
Yeah,
for Pulmonary
that was-
Fibrosis Foundation.
Yeah, that was a fun benefit.
But when people stop you on the street, are they like, do something funny?
No.
They don't?
Oh, no, that's not the way to get to me.
Well, I would assume that would be annoying, but
I think
you
depends
seem
on-
so approachable and like...
Well, it depends on the puss I have on that day. Because I'm a moody bitch. So there are days that I may look not approachable. And then there's days that I feel good and you see it on my face and I'm much more approachable. I'll tell you what I hate. I hate, because, like I said, I'm in the middle here in this business of show. So you get, either they really know who you are, or they go, you look familiar. Don't even do that. Either know something, you don't even have to know my name. Know something I've done, say something nice, and we can have maybe a quick conversation.
Yeah.
But don't be like, what have I seen you in? I'm not listing my resume. I'm not doing it. I'm too moody, I'm too old, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah. But if somebody says, I saw you at the Pulmonary Fibrosis
Yeah, then I'm like,
Foundation benefit last week, and I loved your performance. Have a good day.
And I say, yes, ma'am. Thank you. That was really fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, yeah, one little thing. Yeah.
Well, I know that like your role on Sex and the City was written for you.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether that makes it even more confusing when people kind of expect you to be your characters when they run into you on the street.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I'm a little like him, I think. But I don't think I'm as blunt. Maybe I am certain days. I don't know. Sometimes I really feel nice. Sometimes you really feel nice. You want to be nice. And then some days you're like, someone better not come up to me today because this is not good what's going on in my head. I will snap out. But, or I'll walk away. Yeah. But if there's a way to approach, I think every celebrity feels this way. There's a way to approach a celebrity.
Absolutely.
I'm at the Whitney Museum looking at, the War Series by Jacob Lawrence, and it's amazing. And a woman will stand next to you, Mario! It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm in the middle of a museum looking at the Jacob Lawrence War Series. How about, and I went to the Whitney recently, and a lot of people came up to me, but it was very quiet and nice. Everybody did that. She's the only one. I mean, do you expect me to, dance with you in front of the Jacob Lawrence War Series?
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh.
It's hard being a charismatic person on TV and when everybody wants that from you.
No, I don't know anymore,
How are you feeling today?
Cranky.
All right, audience, take note.
I'm a little cranky, but they're nice.
Yeah, we get nice.
They're
folks
all young,
here.
but they're nice.
Celebrity Autobiography.
Yeah.
Gonna be at the Triad.
Yeah, that's
May 20th.
20th. And then
June 2nd and 3rd, Feinstein's at the Nico in San Francisco.
San Francisco, I'm coming home again. That's Judy.
Do you have a song about Boston?
No. I don't. I'm from there. There was a band called Boston, but I don't think there's a Please come to Boston in the springtime. There's a song from, isn't there? Please come to Boston when you're really, really miserable. I don't know. That song is-
And then, of course, you're going to be at the Cafe Carlisle
Cafe
in New
Carlisle.
York City. You want to sing a line about New York?
No, God. Well,
There's a pretty famous one.
Start spreading the news. Yeah, I'll be at the Carlisle the 20th to the 23rd. I'm so excited about that.
I am too.
I really
I'm
am.
gonna
I've
see
never
if I
done
can
it. Come.
find myself a
Oh,
seat.
yes. And then I'm coming home. I'm coming home again to Boston.
Oh, see, there's a song. I knew it.
to do comedy. Yeah, I'm going to do, I'll do the Cabot Theater in Beverly on the 24th. It's the first time I've played the Boston area in a long time. So, you know.
And that's where you're from.
That's where I'm from. Yeah.
Cool.
Stoneham, Massachusetts, where the zoo is. Okay, that's it. We're done.
Actually, it's time for audience Q&A.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, I just saw the clock go
That
off.
was the clock for me.
Oh, ding, ding, ding,
to
ding.
throw
I
it
gotta
to
go.
Q&A.
Audience, there's nobody here.
Bye. No, if you're willing.
Oh, yeah.
We have time
Oh,
for
you
2 or 3 questions
I can
from
stay
the
here
audience.
all day. This is fun. Once I'm in it, I'm committed.
Okay,
I
good.
am committed.
All right, now nobody make him crankier. Ready?
No I'm
pressure.
kidding. Young
Hey,
man.
Mario. How are you?
With your spider. Is that a spider on your shirt? It is. It's a spider.
Symbol.
All right, Black Widow, what's up?
It's Spider-Man, but
Yeah, oh, Spider-Man. Well, I go back further. Black Widow. Go ahead.
I was wondering how you chose whose autobiographies you wanted to do for the show, and did any of them actually see the show or comment on the show?
No, I don't think. I love doing Kathleen Turner, and I know her, So I don't think she's ever seen me do her. I did Susan Lucci's too. Her daughter-in-law saw me do her, but Susan didn't. Susan came to see me at a theater in the Hamptons last year, and she's so sweet. She goes, "I heard you. Oh, I heard you do me." I said, "I do you." She's like, "I heard it's just hysterical." I said, I could never do it in front of you. Oh, please, I do have a sense of humor. I do, but.
And you still didn't do it?
No, I didn't do it. No. I always think her gestures are the opposite. She's like, come here. I said, go away. I don't want to look at you. I won't look at you. I'm not listening. I'm not.
I want you to do a whole series, like a web series or something, where you interview people as themselves. Like you interview Kathleen Turner as Kathleen Turner, you interview Liza as Liza.
I saw her. She was sitting behind me on a flight to San Francisco. I was with my husband, and I just heard the steward or stewardess say, Mr. Bachman, Miss Turner. I was like, it's the Bachman-Turner Overdrive. Taking care of business. I was like, they're behind me. But it was Kathleen, and I just saw that long hair when she went up to the bathroom and that high ass that she has. And she turned around and she was like, oh, Mario, I can't believe you're on this plane. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to San Francisco. Me too. What are you doing? I said, I'm going to San Francisco. Where are you spending time? I said, I'm going to be in Healdsburg. Oh, Healdsburg. Well, my brother has a house in Santa Rosa. I said, really? In Santa Rosa? That's where all the Charlie Brown stuff is. Yes, he has a house shaped like Snoopy. It's lovely. It's beautiful. I'm like, what? So she said she was going to Bolinas for 4th of July. Bolinas, which is beautiful. I said, I love Bolinas. Well, why don't you come? I said, because I'm going to be in Healdsburg. Well, you can go to Healdsburg if you want to, but Bolinas is much better. You have to come. So it was like this ram. Then I came out of the bathroom. She's sitting next to my husband in my seat with her bare feet up on the bulkhead. It was hilarious. She's like, hey, sit down in the armrest. I'm not getting up. It was like really.
You're the only person I know that could make a conversation about random Northern California cities so hilarious.
Because we were both going there. Yeah, but I love her. I think she's the last great actress we have, especially stage actress. She's something else.
She just performed. She sang on stage at a Broadway Cares benefit the other day.
Did?
It was the first time she'd ever sung on stage. It was really remarkable.
Well, Betty Davis sang years ago. They're either too young or too old. Yeah, she sang when she was younger.
All right, we're going to give a couple more audience members.
All
a
right.
chance to ask
Sorry,
questions.
that was the longest answer ever. Go ahead.
Oh, I kept it going.
So I was a really big fan of Sex and the City, and I
Yes.
wanted to know what was it like going back to your character when they made the movies?
It was okay. I enjoyed going back to my character. I don't lose him. He's in my head, I guess. And
What's he up to these days?
I don't know. I mean, I hope they do the third movie. I already have my storyline. I told him. I said I think I should have a baby, and then I have postpartum depression, and I don't want to touch the kid. I like that idea. It's a great
hating
storyline
kids thing
for me.
again.
Just a couple of scenes. I was lucky to get to do that show because if you're not having sex with one of the women, and there's no room for a storyline for you, especially being the second gay guy on the show. It was Willie was the first gay character, and then I came in. So I was lucky to to do that. I only had one episode, and I wasn't supposed to come back, but I ended up coming
Didn't
back,
have
and
to
then I
do
got
it,
to do
like-
both movies, which was pretty great.
Wasn't it like your half of your scenes got cut in the first episode?
One of
so
my,
they
I had
decided
two
to-
scenes in the first, and the second scene we filmed late, and they didn't get enough coverage. Supposedly, I don't know what happened, but they cut it. I had an argument with Kristen Davis in the second scene, and I ripped her dress,
And that
that got cut.
But that cut led you to be brought back, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
they
but
wanted
you know
more
what?
of you?
Yeah, but you know what? That cut, even if that scene was in, I could have come back. We could have made up. You know, whatever. But yeah, it got cut. So maybe it was easier to bring you back.
Great.
They can do anything.
Sometimes bad
Look,
stuff leads to good
you know,
stuff.
They could bring me back as Shia LaBeouf if they wanted to. They can do anything they want on television, you know?
We have time for one more question.
That's all. Oh, my God.
That's all.
Oh, my God. Look, click, click. Go ahead, young man.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering who in your career has been your like biggest like inspirations or role models that you try to like maybe emulate or just tap into?
Well, you're young.
Can't say Liza.
No, and you're young, so you won't know half of them. But you might, though. See how I'm an ageist. It's awful. I apologize. When I was young, I loved Robert Klein was a big one for me as a stand-up comedian. Lily Tomlin, a guy named Craig Russell, who was. Do you know who he was? Yeah, he was a big one for me. He was a female impersonator who did like the most incredible impressions. He did a movie called Outrageous. It was a Canadian independent feature that he became kind of a cult star from. And I did his spotlight for a few weeks in Provincetown when I was 19. He was a genius. He was a mess, but he was a genius. And he was a very nice guy. He had a lot of drug problems. He died in 1990. But he was brilliant. I don't do drag, but I do women. It's like when Lily Tomlin used to do men on stage. She didn't do it in drag. She just did it. And that's where I learned, if you're going to do somebody, just do it. You know, I hate costumes and makeup and wigs, and I don't even want a prop. It's too much for me. You know, the people that do it and love and do it well, like, you know, Charles Bush is brilliant at that. And you know, there's a lot of great drag performers out there that do that well. It's one of the reasons why I said no to the Lion King. I don't want the prop of the puppet and the makeup. Just let me go on in a t-shirt and jeans and do my shit, or a suit. That's how I want to do it.
In your Broadway career, I mean, like when you do Shakespeare, you can't just go in a t-shirt and jeans.
No, you can't. You have to put on tights that give you a fucking wedgie. And then, you know, that was The Tempest, which I did with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
And the set was a pit of sand. Sand. I had sand in my ass and my ear and my nose, on my toes. Every night I was like, what's this sand coming? I'm like, the Sandman is not real. I learned that years ago. What is the sand in my bed? Yeah. And then it was very hard. And The Tempest is considered a comedy, one of his comedies. It's not really. Oh, God. And being, you know, I played Stefano. I just wanted to yell at the audience. These are 400-year-old jokes. You make them funny. It was horrible. Wasn't fun. Yeah. But then I did Taming of the Shrew in the Park, which was actually more fun for me because that was actually a full-out comedy, you know. Yep. It's yeah, but I dress the way you got to dress. You know, you just got to do it.
Well, I can't imagine you doing anything that isn't totally hilarious.
Well,
even your crankiness
thanks.
is
Well,
somehow very endearing.
I'm glad you. Well, 3/4 of this interview wasn't so funny, but it's okay.
Well, I'm glad you were here. I've laughed a lot. I think everyone else
they
has
were
laughed a
a
lot.
lovely audience.
And I'll come and see you for Celebrity Autobiography. We'll go and see you in San Francisco at the Fine Signs at the Nico.
Oh, my
we'll
God.
go to Boston and see you. We'll go to Cafe Carlisle and see you.
There's so much. I'm working so much. I can't
We'll
take
Google all
it.
your YouTube videos and watch you in your kids' show from when you were.
I don't want to hear about it. I won't. I won't hear. I won't listen.
And we'll cross our fingers for Sex and the City 3.
Oh, that would be nice.
movie.
I hope so. That would be really fun.
And follow you on all of your social media.
Yes.
So you get that.
Yes,
following along.
when I'm there, which is, I'm there.
I go eat your banana bread.
Oh, yes, go
in
eat it.
Chelsea.
Eat it!
We'll leave it at that, folks. Mario Cantone, thank you for being here.
I love you.